Today, I kind of wanted just to speak a little bit on self-talk and how important self-talk is and how your self-talk can really determine all areas of your life. So, if you really think about it, everything comes down to how we feel about ourselves and the way our outlook on ourselves, and do you really love the person you are? Now, when you self-talk, how are you speaking to yourself? Are you speaking negatively or positively? Because pretty much you can talk yourself either way. You have the power, and that's what I want you guys to understand, because that's what I'm learning, is that we have the power to talk ourselves into something or talk ourselves out of something. And it's all with self-talk. And it roots from so many different areas. How you talk about yourself, it's all areas of your life. That can be, love. It can be, as far as love, relationship, career, money, happiness, and health. I mean, think about it. The way you talk to yourself is going to dictate how you live your life. So, for example, relationships. How are you talking to yourself about relationships? Oh, I can't find no good men. Well, you're self-talking. You're telling yourself that you can't find no good men. Well, then guess what? You're not going to find any good men. So you got to start being aware of your self-talk, because I'm coming to realize that is the root of everything. That's the root of how you are going to live all areas in every aspect of your life. So you need to be able to learn to take control of it. Okay, take control of the way you self-talk and know that you do have the power. You are so powerful. Did you know, as far as when you were made, when your parents and the egg and the sperm and everything, when you were made, do you know that you being created, you right there, was a 1 in 400 trillion possibility? Like, that's a 1 in 400 trillion chance that you were going to be born. And you're here. I mean, dude, that's pretty dope. Like, it wasn't another sperm. It wasn't, other chromosomes coming in. It was you were created. And I think that's pretty tight. And I never knew that. And I was listening to Mel Robbins. She was speaking on a TED Talks, and she was talking about that. And she was saying, and also Gary Vaynerchuk, look him up. He's awesome. He talks a lot about that. That the odds of you being here and being born and being existent right now and being human and you watching this video, the odds of that are so slim. So you need to be proud of the fact that you were created here for a purpose. Everybody's created here for a purpose. Okay, so don't let all the negative stuff boggle your mind and overwhelm. No, don't. Okay, because you were put on here for a purpose. There's a reason that you're here. So take advantage of that. Take advantage of the fact that you're healthy, that you're alive, that you're breathing, that you have so much that you're capable of. I mean, there are people that are unfortunate, whether they can't hear or they can't see, so many disabilities that people are born with. You need to take advantage of the fact and be grateful of the fact that you have so much opportunity. Okay, so I believe that everything really comes down to self-talk, because like I said, relationship, we kind of talked about that, and career, you might think, oh, I hate this job, and you talk shit about your job every day, and I hate this and I hate that, but you know what, you have control of it. You really do. Know your worth. Know whether it's just going up to your boss and saying, hey, I'm not going to be taken advantage of anymore. Because I know that's my problem. I'm too nice. I want to cater to everybody. I don't want to be a problem. You know what? If me needing to go part-time is not going to be doable for the company or for you, then you know what? I'm going to sacrifice and stick it out a little bit longer. But you know what? I have to even start telling myself, okay? Because I'm in the same boat. I need to tell myself, like, hey, you know what? I know my worth. I know my value. And you can't let people take advantage of the fact. You do have control. You can go out, you can look either for a better career, find something that you do love doing. You need to be happy where you're at. And sometimes there's ups and downs, and that's understandable. You have to kind of know, where the emotions are coming from, and maybe it's just a bad day. Doesn't mean I'm going to quit. If you're really happy there, that's okay. Everybody's going to have a bad day. But how are you talking to yourself? Is it kind of like, oh, well, he's the boss, I got to do what he says. That's all I'm good for, he has this many years experience. I'm not good enough. I don't have that experience. You need to talk to yourself with a little bit more respect, okay? Love yourself and respect yourself enough to know, okay, you know what? I am capable of this. Maybe they think I can't handle the task. I'm going to give it a shot. So I think everything, again, is just, you got to start being aware of what you are saying to yourself, because it comes down to everything. And money, how are you talking to yourself with money? I get a lot of people who, they ask me, what are some good ways to budget, or what are some good ways, I spend too much. I tend to, buy things that I don't really need. Again, you are in control. You have all the power. And I want you guys to understand that you have all the power, okay? And it's all in here, and it's all in how you are talking to yourself. I can go to the store. I can talk myself out of any of those purchases, of anything that I have in my cart, anything that I threw in. I can talk myself out of each and every one of those purchases. Or I can talk myself into what I need each and every item in my shopping cart. Again, it's how you talk to yourself. What are you saying? Are you justifying why you need every item in there? That, I'm going to buy, this pair of shoes because if I come back, they're not going to be here. Believe me, I know that one all too well. Okay? But at the same time, I don't regret too many of those. I got some cute shoes, okay? But in reality, you guys, I can talk myself into that same purchase. You know what? I need to have these shoes. They're not going to be here next time. This is the only size 6. Girl, come on. Y'all know them size 6s be going quick, okay? And I had to be a size 6. But I can also talk myself out of that same purchase. You know what? I lived my whole life without these shoes. I think I'm going to be okay, and I can live a few more weeks without them. You know what? I'm going to put them back. Maybe I'll come back. I'll reevaluate it. If I keep thinking about it, I'll come back. If they're here, it was meant to be. If they're not here, guess what? I didn't need them anyways. So do you see how the same situation, the same incident, you can talk yourself either into it or you can talk yourself out of it? And it's the same for your goals. I mean, you might have a goal and say, you know what? This is what I want to do. I'm going to do a career change. I know I'm better for this. And I'm going to start looking for other jobs. And you know what? Maybe I want to get into a different field. Maybe I'm going to look into, whatever it is. You can talk yourself into that. You know what? This is, all right. You know what? I got it. I'm capable of it. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw my resumes. I'm going to start talking to people. I'm going to start networking, getting in there. Or you can talk yourself out of it. You know what? I don't really know too much about that. Am I really going to learn it that good? Am I really that good at it anyways? I mean, who else is really doing that? Maybe it's not really worth it for me. Maybe it's going to be too hard. You know what? Now that I think about it, it doesn't really work with my schedule. Now, do you see how the same thing, you can talk yourself in or out of it? So again, I think this is just all on how you talk to yourself. You are the one who's going to determine your decisions. But again, it's based on, what do you want to believe? Do you want to believe the excuses that you're telling yourself? Or do you want to believe, you know what? I'm going to own up to these actions. I'm going to understand where I did wrong, where I wasn't thinking correctly. And I'm going to reverse engineer. I'm going to go back and say, okay, why was I thinking that? Where did that come from? Where was the root? And you know what? How am I going to change it and move forward and get better? Same thing with happiness. I mean, it's really easy for us to self-sabotage ourselves, okay? Because you can have a good day and something goes wrong. Maybe get into a little argument with your spouse. Miscommunication happens very often, okay? And you can sit here and say, you know what? My whole day is ruined. You didn't listen to me. You said this. I took it the wrong way. Like, you said it completely out of context. Like, the way you said it, I don't appreciate it. You ruined my whole day. Guess what? My day off is ruined. My day off is ruined because of what my spouse said. Or you can calm your motherfucking ass down and you can reevaluate the situation and say, you know what? Okay, I know he didn't mean it that way. He was a little wrapped up in his emotions. I get it. I was a little wrapped up in my emotions. You know what? It's okay. We can get past this. It was a miscommunication. I'm not going to let it ruin my day. What are you saying to yourself? What are you telling yourself in your head that you're believing? Is it getting you somewhere? Are you moving forward? Or is it causing too much anger and you're holding these grudges that frankly aren't good for your health? So moving on to the last one that I want to talk about, health. Again, your self-talk. I know I'm not the only one who's gone through this. How many of you have told yourself, I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow. Tomorrow comes. You're looking at your clock. Okay, I'm off of work. If I go to the gym right now, I can get a good hour and a half. By the time I get back, I can cook dinner, be with the kids, etc. Well, you start thinking about it. Okay, well, 5 minutes went by. Okay, maybe I should just get my gym clothes on. Okay, well, if I do go, what am I going to do? Okay, so now 10 minutes went by. Well, you know what? Now if I go, I'm only going to have 30 minutes. Okay, well, what should I do in 30 minutes? And you're thinking, but you know what? I do need to do the laundry. There's dishes in the sink. Okay, now if I go, I'm barely going to have 20 minutes. You start to talk yourself out of it. You probably had an hour conversation of all these obstacles of why you couldn't go to the gym when you could have just gone and you could have already been done with your workout. You know what I mean? So again, it's all on the conversation that you're having with yourself. And that's really, truly what I came to realize. The other day I was listening to Mel Robinson. She's a mother, and she was a speaker, and she was speaking at one of the TED Talks like I mentioned, and I'll probably have to put the link into the video so that you guys can watch it because it was really good. And she talks about her 5-second rule. I thought it was really good, and it gave me a good perspective. So she says that because you can so easily talk yourself into something or out of something, so she says she has a 5-second rule. So her 5-second rule is basically if you have an idea or something, you have 5 seconds to act on it and to basically marry it with an action. Whether it's like, okay, I got an idea, I'm going to write it down. Write it down within 5 seconds. Take action and do something. So that way, you bring energy to that action. So, or let's say you run into somebody and you have the reaction to, oh, you know what? I think I might know that person from high school. I should go say hi. But you start thinking about it. No, he's probably not going to remember me. You know what? No, he's going to think I'm a creeper. Oh my God, he's going to think I like him. You know what? Never mind. I'm going to act like I don't see him. I know we all do that. So, but she's saying, go with your intuition. Because what if you would have said hi to that person? Hey, how's it going? Yeah, you remember me from high school? Hey, guess what? I'm in this career. I'm doing this. You know what? We're looking for people. What about you? You might bring yourself to so many more possibilities because you're taking action on those intuitions that you're getting. So follow those intuitions. And again, I think this all just roots down to just, like I said, how you talk to yourself. So start thinking about it. Think about what you're saying to yourself. Are you talking yourself into that ridiculous purchase that you know is not going to get you anywhere? I want an iPad Pro, y'all. I love technology. I love gadgets. I've been wanting an iPad Pro for maybe the last year. I think when the new one came out, I think it's just so cool. I want one, but I don't need it. I really don't. I got plenty of stuff. It would be nice to have, but I don't need to make that purchase right now at this time. So you can talk yourself into anything and you can talk yourself out of anything. So remember that. So don't talk yourself out of your goals. That's where you got to kind of learn how to shift your thinking, how to control it, how to make sure that you're controlling it into the right way.